Good morning. Today I am going to explain lesson number 2, that is sound of music. The sound of music lesson has been divided into two parts. The part 1 and part 2 both deal with eminent musicians. Part 1 deals with Evelyn Glennie and part 2 deals with Bismillah Khan. Today I am going to explain biography of Evelyn Glennie, and it was written by Deborah Cowley. See, the lesson goes in this way. That is, Evelyn Glennie, that is, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given Evelyn something extraordinary in return, that is music skill. What we hear, that she feels actually. And this biography helps us to understand hard work and determination will give us success, and part 1 also makes us understand Evelyn's life, her disability, her struggles, and her challenges, what sort of challenges she faced in her life to become a successful musician. Evelyn became, if not over, she overcame her disability and became a successful musician. After listening the story, even you understand that says that, like, change your attitude, that in turn changes your life. Evelyn Glennie was born in Scotland on 19th July 1965. She was profoundly deaf since the age of 12, and by profession she was a percussionist. Percussion meaning is a drum, and percussionist, she is an instrumental player in an orchestra. Let's see para 1. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first stay at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. See, when we look into the paragraph here, it says that it was a rush hour generally. It would be office hours. There was a huge crowd in the underground railway station of that London, and there came a 17 years old girl. She started making her way, if not she started jostling. The meaning of jostling is pushing with elbows. Like, she made her way from the crowd and came onto the platform. That day she was a bit nervous and excited, it seems. Nervous might be two reasons, but the thing is that she might become late to the class, if not a sort of nervousness that it would be the first day at her music college. And equally she was even excited because it was her first day to join the Royal Academy for the music. She was eagerly waiting for the day, and she was waiting for the train to waiting for the train, and because the train makes her reach her dream destination. She felt the vibrations of the coming train. She was apprehensive and frightened because has got an admission in such a reputed academy, that's what, Royal Academy for Music, and moreover she was profoundly deaf. That was completely deaf. Despite her disability, she faced the bigger challenge. She did not feel it as a disability actually. She took it as a challenge and she tried in all the ways to overcome that. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. See, as this para even says, Evelyn Glennie was not deaf by birth. As the time flew by, as the time passed by like that, gradually she developed this loss of hearing. Evelyn's mother first sensed it, or if not, she noticed, uh, she came to know, if not, about her deafness when she was called. When the girl was called, there was no response. She was called for a performance for the piano. The girl did not respond at all. Then it was the first time mother sensed it actually, and for some time Evelyn managed to conceal her conceal her loss of hearing from her friends and teachers for a while like that. By the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. Okay. See, for some time, when she started concealing her hearing defect from friends and teachers, she could not uh, manage it for a longer time. As the time passed by like that, when she was 11 years old, her marks and her performance started deteriorating. The meaning of deteriorating is becoming worse. At that time, her school headmistress suggested her, she identified and she suggested the parents that she must be taken to a specialist. Then they came to know a fact that her hearing was severely impaired. The specialist even advised them that she should be depend, she should be, if not, she should become dependent on hearing devices where she could listen well. And Evelyn says when she came to know the fact that everything looked black and she became blank, it seems like she must be, and she was even shocked when she came to know that she must be sent to a school for the deaf. But even then, she was not discouraged. She was very strong, and the parents were also there to support her. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to learn. She determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. See, in this, when she came to know her disability, if not that she is going to be very severely deaf and she can't listen to anyone, or she can't listen again, it's true that Evelyn Glennie did not give up hope. She was determined and she wanted to lead a normal life like any other girl, and she thought to carry out her interest in music because she always loved music. One day she saw a girl playing xylophone and she expressed her desire to play it. However, most of her teachers discouraged her, saying that she would not be able to play xylophone. But a percussionist called Ron Forbes, he identified her potential. He began by turning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated this exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. See, when her teachers totally discouraged her that she cannot come forward or she cannot do music, uh, at that time it's true that she took a decision that she must take music as a career. At that time, only this Ron Forbes, the percussionist, encouraged and helped Evelyn to continue her journey in the music. He noted her potential and decided to help her. He told Evelyn to train different parts of her body to sense the music or to feel the vibrations of the music. He turned two drums, one was shorter, the other one was higher, and with the help of that, when he starts tuning it, when he starts drumming them, if not with the different notes, he asked her to sense. Then she said the higher ones from the waist up and the lower ones from the waist down. She could feel the vibrations of the drum very clearly and effectively. Ron Forbes repeated, and this soon Evelyn started sensing different notes in different parts of her body. And this exercise, if not this training, continued for a longer period of time. Then she said that uh, she opened her mind, and she took a decision that to become successful or to make her journey successful in the music, she thought that hard work is the only key to the success. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. See, Evelyn did not look back, means she started her success journey and toured the United Kingdom with orchestra. At the age of 16, she decided to make music her life, and Glenn gave a short performance and scored highest marks in the Royal Academy of the Music, which which gave her a special place, or which gave her a special place, if not recognition, in the Royal Academy of the Music. Gradually, she moved from group work to the solo performances even. She scored top awards by the end of the 3 years course in the Royal Academy of the Music. Okay, let's sum up, students, for today's class. See, we came to know that Evelyn Glennie, by profession, she was a percussionist, and by birth, she was not a deaf girl. As the time flew by, she became deaf, and at the age of 11, she was identified, if not her deafness was identified by her school principal when her marks and performance deteriorated, and that's what became worse. Then she informed her parents, and she was taken to a specialist. And specialist advised the girl that she must depend on hearing devices, and specialist also advised saying that she must be sent for the school for the deaf. But the girl was not ready, if not she was very shocked to know the fact. And after some time, like, she was interested in playing xylophone, and but she was discouraged by her teachers. At that time, a percussionist called Ron Forbes, he took the lead and he started encouraging her, and he started tuning two drums. One was large, the other one was shorter ones. The higher ones she started sensing it above the waist, and the lower ones means the short drum she started sensing it from the lower end, that is like below the waist. Because of her because of his positive motivation, she started stepping towards her journey of success, and she took admission, or if not, she gave an audition for the Royal Music Academy in London, and she paved her way uh, to make her life or to make her journey successful.